Feelingswheel.com, easiest thing you can go to. And it has there this wheel of emotions, if you will. And it starts with those high level emotions, anger, sad, depressed, whatever. Like these just typical happy, right? Typical emotions men feel. How do you feel? I feel angry. How do you feel? I feel sad. How do you feel? I feel happy. Right? Like those are the basic emotions that men feel. But your emotions aren't your feelings. Your emotions are that check engine light. Your emotions are the things that are telling you, hey, you're angry. Hey, you're sad. Hey, you're happy. Right? Those are just emotions that you're feeling. But what's underneath those emotions? So if your wife is coming at you and she's saying these things and whatever, you start to feel angry. But what's underneath the angry? Because the anger is just a tertiary emotion. It's just a layer of emotion. It's not the actual feeling. But when we go deeper and we can say, man, I feel disrespected right now, or I feel disillusioned with this conversation, or I feel at a loss for words. I don't really understand what you're asking of me. Can you be more clear? Because it feels like I'm being attacked, and I don't want to believe that about you, but this is what I'm experiencing right now. You see how different that sounds compared to your like, well, fuck you, or yeah, you know what? You always do this. Oh, don't start with me. You do the same thing. You do exactly what we're talking about right now. How many of you do that all the time? Why? Because you are children. You are little baby boys who need their asses wiped because you have refused to actually become a better man. And so you abuse your wife, you abuse your kids because, period. That's what it is. But guess what? The good news is you don't have to be that guy. You don't have to be him anymore. You could choose today to make a decision, to make a choice for yourself, to go, I am no longer going to be that man. I am no longer going to abuse my kids and my wife with my words. Some of you have no idea that you're even doing it. That's the sad part. You have no idea how emotionally abusive you are to your kids and to your wife. I grew up with an emotionally abusive dad. I know exactly what it's like. He did not think he was emotionally abusive. But as I studied in science and research and all these things and recognized my own feelings of shame and guilt that I had over all these years, recognizing he was very manipulative and very much narcissistic in the way he approached things. I'm not going to say it NPD or any of that stuff, but he definitely had narcissistic tendencies about him. And he was definitely an asshole when it came to how he treated me in many ways. Not just being mean, but saying things that were piercing to me. Now, a lot of you are doing that because that's what was said to you. That's what was done to you. But you haven't cried over it. You haven't dealt with the emotions of it. And because you haven't dealt with those emotions, what do? You fucking grunt.